Hello, thank you very much, brothers and sisters, for joining me. I'm grateful for your comments. Boy, I'm doing a video because, as a watchman, there are some major signs in the heavens from God coming very soon, starting from the end of April all the way up to August. You know, and for those who have eyes to see, as the title suggests, I really believe strongly this is urgent times. I really strongly believe that the coronavirus, though man-made, God can use this. God can use anyone. He's using this to bring judgment on the world. He can use anyone or anything he wishes. He can direct it. I believe that was judgment, and these meteorites that are coming, I heard from the brothers and sisters, and I will, deal with that, speak about it. I believe this is the second wave of judgment upon wicked, unrepentant mankind, and those who do not have any faith, who don't believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that, this is another judgment. Another wave of judgment, and there's no coincidence that my wife noticed that there's no coincidence that the coronavirus. I know it started at end of December 2019, but no coincidence. As soon as Trump spoke about the peace deal dividing Israel, the coronavirus began to get worse. Soon. Few weeks after. From then on, we had Brexit, and the judgment is this coronavirus is spread all over the world, even affecting Israel. Why? Because they agreed, Netanyahu, with Trump, put him on a high pedestal to divide Jerusalem east and west between Israel and the Palestinians. You see, now we're feeling the judgment. Everyone around. We're all in lockdown. Coronavirus was just a start. Now we have. I will talk about the asteroids that are coming. The second wave of God's judgment. This is an article, though a few years old. Shock asteroid warning. Planet Earth faces 100 years of killer strikes starting in 2017. Let me read the article. A previously unknown asteroid belt has been located in a deep space and is now hurtling towards our part of the solar system. I believe that Nibiru is coming towards our solar system, and it's knocked some of the asteroids from the outer Kuiper belt towards the Earth. I will get on that. It means a global killer could collide with Earth as soon as 2020. You see, this was, this article was a couple of years old, but it says here, it means a global killer could collide with Earth as soon as 2020. Wiping out life as we know it and changing the climate for millennia. I know this earth won't be destroyed because God's got plans for it. The terrifying predictions came as NASA revealed disturbing new data showing 400 impacts are expected between 2017 to 2100 plus, based on a new observational data of objects seen in space over the past 60 years. So 400 impacts are expected from 2017 on, especially from 2020. Most will have a maximum diameter of 100 metres, the size of 7 double-decker buses, and the potential to cause significant damage. But, concerned scientists warns a colossal monster is also heading our way, with a mega asteroid threatening Earth in just 6 years. And that was done, this was a couple of years ago, so we got, oh yeah, we have, believe me, the Bible, warns that God's judgment, there will be asteroids, part of the judgment on wicked mankind. He wants to, all those that don't want to repent of their sins and believe in God or believe in Jesus Christ will be removed from this earth and, renewed. Like, we're living, as it were, like before the flood. Just like before the flood, God wiped the wickedness away and then he let it repopulate. That's what's going to happen on the earth. Let me give you some examples. In the Bible, in Revelation chapter 6, some judgments are to do with asteroids. This is here, on seal 6, which is in not too distant future. This is it. And this is it. And I saw when he opened the 6th seal, and a great earthquake occurred, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the entire moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell to the earth. That's either meteorites or asteroids, as when a fig tree shaken by high winds casts its unripe figs. See, you see? And then the heaven departed as a scroll that is being rolled up, and every mountain, every island were removed from their places. So, as it says there, the stars of heaven fell to the earth, and there was a great earthquake. I believe there's going to be one such a powerful asteroid that hits, the whole earth will shake. And also in other scriptures, in Revelation chapter 7, the first 3 trumpets also are these, asteroids and meteorites. Revelation 7 verses 7 to 11, and it says, Revelation 8 verse 7, and the first one blew his trumpet, and there occurred hail and fire mingled with blood, and it was hurled to the earth, and a third of the earth was burned up, and a third of the trees was burned up, and all the earth and all the green vegetation was burned up. So the hail and fire will burn up a third of the trees and vegetation. And the second angel blew his trumpet, and something like a great mountain, that sounds like a giant asteroid, burning with fire, was hurled into the sea, and a third of the sea became blood, and a third of the creatures that were in the sea, which had souls, died, and the third of the boats were wrecked. And the third angel blew his trumpet, and a great star burning as a lamp from heaven, and it fell upon a third of the rivers and upon the fountains of waters. And the name of this star is called wormwood, and a third of the waters turned into wormwood, disease, and many of the men died from the waters because they had become bitter. So it's all God's judgment to come. The asteroids, insiders, Mike around the world, I will mention about that. And also a recent asteroid impact that happened in Nigeria, I will mention it. To prove these incoming asteroids and meteorites and debris field is coming, here's an interesting a clip from Israeli News Live about one hitting Nigeria, some sort of asteroid, on the 27th of March.
I'm Stephen, and you're watching Israeli News Live. And, guys, several things I just want to bring to your attention this evening that we're kind of monitoring. One of those
as Stephen Ben said, it's not a joke, it's coming. So please, if you haven't come to know Christ, please do so, as these are another judgment coming. And I've got a very, very, so that was a deep impact in occur in Nigeria in 27th of March. So it's already starting. But I found a fantastic, a great, website, which is called the Final Days. My brother, which my brother actually used in his video in Mike 444. I will leave the link. I learnt a lot from the Final Days. They basically, there's a large celestial orb coming our way. Okay, you got to see this. I will show a little clip of the video. The Final Days. There's a large celestial orb coming our way, and it's some sort of magnetic anomaly passing through our solar system, and it's going to send in a lot of meteorites and asteroids. Let me show you the clip. I'll leave the link to this. You believe me, you want to see this.
Today we will be looking at a time and size comparison of a large celestial orb that we've been monitoring for many months. Viewers, that we are living in the very last days according to the Holy Bible, and to explain how to stay safe in these last days. The video you are now watching came from the southeast-facing FAA weather camera located in Yukon River Bridge, Alaska. Each image in these videos is 10 minutes apart. It's very difficult nowadays to find footage like this from this camera because the sky is normally kept very cloud covered. For several reasons, we know this cannot possibly be a lens flare of the sun. A lens flare of the sun is a camera-produced reflection of the sun, so it has to look like the sun. Look at the fast rotation of this celestial object. Our sun only rotates once every 27 Earth days, so this can't be a lens flare of the sun. Additionally, look at the textured surface of this object. Our sun certainly does not have a surface like that. In Luke chapter 21, verse 25, Jesus describes the last days when he says that we will see signs in the sky.
So according to Final Days, there is a large celestial orb coming that they've been monitored for many months, incoming. It looks like a blue one. Could this be the blue Kachina, one of the moons of Nibiru? Who knows? And it's not a lens flare, and it's textured, and it's rotating, as she says. And this is going to bring the incoming asteroids. And it's not a joke. I'll show more of the clip.
He says that we will see signs in the sky. Its position in the solar system as of today, April 1. The large blue object is a powerful magnetic celestial anomaly that Earth is moving toward on our path around the sun. Its magnetic force bends light, time, and space. The blue line with arrows is the path that the magnetic object takes, coming into our solar system and then leaving. According to Mike from around the world, this magnetic object has halted the rotation of other planets in our solar system as they have passed by it, and Earth will fall prey to this same effect. Many other Earth changes will occur as we get closer. Earth will be closest in mid-May. Several months ago, Homeland Security warned every citizen to have at least a 6-month supply of food and water on hand. described in this prophetic book is the falling stars, which is the asteroid debris field that Earth is also heading toward. If you'll look at the diagram, we will be going through the asteroid debris field sometime between June and August. This was described on March 16th on Israeli News Live, and it was also confirmed by Mike from around the world.
As you can see by final days, it's quite serious. There is, incoming debris fields. This is the second wave of God's judgment on unrepentant mankind. As the final days says, described, it's a large blue object, orb, a powerful magnetic anomaly, and it's coming into our solar system. Earth is moving towards it, and as it does so, this powerful magnetic force bends light, time and space. It comes from a good source, Israeli News Live, Mike from around the world, and the final days. This anomaly, as it goes into the solar system, they say, from around the world, it says they've halted the rotation of planets, other planets, and as it goes into our solar system, the same thing could happen to us. The pull, or the magnetic pull will be quite immense also, and you have, she said, some earth changes. Because of the powerful pull, you're going to get a lot of powerful earthquakes, volcanic activity, earth molten core heating up and things like that. But this will be at its closest in mid-May, so there's a mid-May event, closest in mid-May to this. But the anomaly, and also the Earth is heading for an asteroid debris field. That's the worry. And she said we're going to go through it between June and August, but mid-May will be the closest to that. So something may happen, some debris might come through there, but especially from June, July and up to August. So we definitely are coming into, we're definitely in the last days, and these are signs that God's judgment is coming very, very soon. So you need to think what you want to do, be a part of the world or believe in God and repent. And also, what do you call it? There is one. NASA said one is already going to come. I think I've got some information here. On the last day, or one of the last days of April, 29th of April, NASA has said, the last day of the month, April, or nearly 29th of April, NASA said a 1.1 to 2.5 mile wide asteroid to fly by the Earth. It won't hit, but Mike from around the world said there's a possibility of incoming asteroid or meteorite debris. If this asteroid breaks up in the atmosphere, you will have some debris then by this asteroid that will pass by the Earth on the 29th of April. And interesting, on that day is a Jewish celebration. I mean, is that a sign? What do you call it? It's called Yom Ha'atzmaut, the Day of Independence. Is the national day, National Day of Israel, commemorating the Israeli Declaration of Independence in 1948. So Israeli Independence Day. Could that be a sign? And also another one that went in recently uh, an asteroid or meteorite sort of like blew up in mid-air over Pittsburgh sky in March 20, 2020, so not that long ago.
On March 20th, an asteroid exploded over Pittsburgh. This was captured on a sky camera. And even the heavy cloud cover didn't hide it. You could still see the bright flash. We won't be able to see most of the asteroids flying by in our atmosphere because of the nearly continuous heavy cloud cover. They know, the powers that be know when these will be flying over, so I'm assuming that cloud cover will be heavy on those days. So really we'll only be able to see the ones that actually hit the Earth, such as this one that hit a...
This is serious, it's not a joke. These meteorites and asteroids will come, and as the sources say, this anomaly will be mid-May, so we might have some there. Asteroid on the 29th. Some asteroids already come, struck the Earth, and also especially we're going through the debris fields June to August. That's what Sister the Final Day says. I will leave the link. I told Mike, my brother, Mike 444, we thought to ourselves, they're a bit heavy-handed the way they're locking down everybody. We both believe there's something more than the coronavirus. I believe the powers to be, or the government, they know there's a serious debris field that's coming, and they're hashing it up. The media is hashing it up. They don't want you to know. Why do you think there's all the military, all over the, place, in some places, stations in some countries, a lockdown to keep us, quiet. They're waiting. They know that God's judgment's coming. But let me also, so as I said, if you haven't come to know Christ, please do so, because God's judgment is coming. He's not happy with people want to divide his land. So that coronavirus, now you got this. Though we, what do you call it? Also, God wants to bring judgment on false religion today. In the world today. They don't accept the truth of the word. And he's got a large asteroid that he will use to destroy Babylon the Great. This is here in Revelation 18 verse 21, which says, and a strong angel lifted up a stone like a great milestone and hurled it into the sea, saying, thus with a swift pitch will Babylon the great city be hurled down, and she will never be found again. You see, Babylon the Great. This is false religion. Completely false religion. See, do you remember the episode where Jesus, there was a prostitute that was going to be stoned to death, and Jesus said, whoever hasn't no sin, cast the first stone. Well, they didn't. Everyone sinned, so no one could cast the first stone. But God can cast this stone. God is going to cast the stone because He's without sin. And Babylon the Great has prostituted herself with false idols, and politics. A religion that mixes with politics and worships false gods. Idols, like the Catholic Church. they worship not the creator but the creation, the man that creates things with his hands, idols. It's all pagan, Anyway, please don't be a part of Babylon the Great, because she's going to be part of the plagues and judgment of God. And I hope, like me, you celebrated Passover, which was commemorate the death of Christ, not Easter, because Easter, as I said before, is part of Babylon the Great, false religion. Anyway, if you haven't come to know Christ, please do, because the only protection to come, ultimately is from God and Christ, because he has the key of death and Hades. You see, as it says in John 3:16, God loved the world so much that he that believes in him, puts faith in him, Jesus Christ, who died for us, won't perish, won't die, won't be destroyed, but have everlasting life. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much. Bye.